All mixed up here, Michael. But nonetheless, I can't see the signal power forward on the metering here. Anyway, I guess you can tell I'm kind of wore out. Had a pretty good weekend so far, but we still got another day to go, and I've still got to get back over on the log cabin that we've been painting here for the past couple weeks. I've got to get back over on that again tomorrow for about 2 more hours, and I should be done. Should be done here tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to getting that behind me. And we're soon to be leaving for Florida vacation here early next Friday morning. So back to you, Michael, and I appreciate the video you sent me. And that was pretty neat the way you've got that set up there with on the hinge plate. So back over to you, Michael. KD0WTE, this is KK4GZQ.
All right, Kevin. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, good to hear you on tonight. And copied all the information. Yeah, I know you've been working hard on that log cabin. You've been slopping that thick varnish-like stuff on there. KK4GZQ, this is KD0WTE. And yeah, I got it all working here, and it appears to be recording. So hopefully that works. Hopefully I can get it down to you there. Let's see. Actually, well, you probably don't have your computer on, so I'll just hold off on sending the recording down. But yeah, there was a slight fade there, so I don't know if you're able to copy me right now, but you've been above an S9 the whole time, and I appreciate the S9 signal report at your end. I heard you tune up there, and I was like, wow, that must be Kevin there. And yeah, your tune-up, your initial tune-up was about 25 dB over, and I thought to myself, well, if that holds in there, we're going to have a good chat tonight. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to send you a video of my new hinge for this mast I made. I used all scraps here, so just used some steel scraps I had laying around, and I've told you before I'm pretty good at welding. So that's how that goes. And so I just made my own hinge, Kevin, for my mast, and I used good heavy-duty 3/8 inch U-bolts. I just got to upgrade the hinge bolts. The hinge bolts are only 1/4 20. I think I should upgrade those to at least a 5/16 inch bolt. I'll send it back to you. Get some more audio on this recording for you, and get that off to you there. So KK4GZQ, Kevin down there in Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. This is KD0WTE. Over.
KD0WTE from KK4GZQ. Real good, Michael. 100% copy, and then I looked up here one time, you were thinking that about the time you were asking me about, you thought maybe that we were going to see some fade. You actually picked up steam, and we're right at 10 over S9. Good, solid, strong copy. So real good, Michael, and all the way good all the way around. And by the way, I've got my smartphone laying here with me. You can send a video anytime you want, either via email or I'll pick it up here. I've already turned off the laptop in the operating position here at the, I guess it's what you call my main station. But, yeah, Michael, very good all the way around tonight. And hopefully we'll be able to do this kind of often. And I 25 watts AM or something like that, 25, 40 watts, something like that. I'm not sure what your carrier output is, but doing a real nice job in here tonight. You know, I was also concerned about you day before yesterday. I see something with the same storm system that ended up hitting us down here. We're getting pretty close to us. Came right through Iowa once again. So, man, you guys have had your share of storms up there, unlike any I think I've ever seen. Anyway, Michael, pretty good transmit this time for your video gauge. And I'll go ahead and send it back over your way. KD0WTE, this is KK4GZQ. Go ahead, Mike.
KK4GZQ, KD0WTE. All right, Kevin, very good. And I'm getting distracted here. In the other room, somebody's playing a mock version of the Eagles' Hotel California. So it's a comedian version of Hotel California. It's very distracting. Hopefully you can't hear it on the radio, but yeah, I'll send this video on down to your email. I can't send it. Well, I might be able to send it by text message there, but yeah, copy that on the storm. We didn't get much, just a little bit of lightning, and before it hit, I had the tower down, the mast down, I should say, on the ground, so I didn't have to worry about lightning or wind damage to my antenna and all that good stuff. It's just two little bolts. I unscrew the nut and pull that off, and pull the two bolts, and I just lay it down. I think I'm gonna get a hand winch for it though, Kevin. It's a pretty good huff getting that thing up there. And as I told you before, it's about the top of the antenna's up there at about 50 feet. So it's quite the huff, Kevin, to get up there. Let's see what right now I'm running about 30 watts carrier, 30 watts AM carrier, modulating to about 60, and just watching my average and seeing how my peaks go. I'm only using about half the carrier up, Kevin, so we're good on the modulation, I think. You might give me a audio report when I send it back to you here. So here it comes, KK4GZQ, KD0WTE, over.
Okay, mighty fine. KD0WTE, here's KK4GZQ. Laying back on since I'm in Studio B back here tonight, Michael, I've got the bed right at the, I've got the station set up right at the end of my bed. And the bed looks so good, I'm just kind of laying back in it with this D104 kind of stretched across me here, and just relax and enjoy life here on a Saturday night. And I tell you what, I'm so used to going to bed about this time that I can't hardly hold out much past 10 o'clock on any night. Anyway, looking forward to getting down to Florida. And Michael, we might try some stuff when I'm down there. I am taking the Kenwood 570 with me. And I am going to take a 75 meter dipole with me down there to set up on the islands. Be right out at the mouth of Tampa Bay. Right off St. Pete Beach, St. Petersburg Beach, Florida. You go about 4, 5, 6 miles out, and there's a little cluster of islands out there called, then there's a little fort out there called Fort DeSoto, named after a famous Spanish conquistador who explored the area early for Spain back in the early days of the New World. And anyway, Michael, we'll be out there on the islands a couple of miles out in the ocean. We'll have to see what we can do down there with about 25 watts myself. I'll probably run the rig at about 20 watts. I won't run it full power. Probably run it about 20 watts AM and see what I can do, and probably play a little bit on sideband as well. And then I'll see what other bands that the antenna is, that the internal tuner on the TS570 will be resonant. You know, whatever it'll tune, I'll go ahead and use it. And if we can't do something on one band, maybe we can do it on another. So with that, I'm going to send it back up your way and see if how propagation is holding up. KD0WTE, this is KK4GZQ. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, Kevin, KK4GZQ, KD0WTE here. All right, fine business, Kevin. And there may be a breaker station in there, so I'll on the next over, I'll take a standby and ask for the breaker. I did hear a big carrier there. So yeah, fine business. Good idea. Good idea. Take the 570 down there to Florida. I know for sure I can use 15 meters to get into Florida. You know, Kevin, I can't hear Liz very good on a 3885. So I don't know if I'll be able to hear you on 75 meters or not. Definitely give 40 a try. Well, we'll try 80 too, but I have my doubts about how far I can get out on 80, especially on AM. But we might try the upper portion of 15 meters up there by 21445 and see if we can touch bases on some big AM up there. Hopefully we can do something. Enjoy that vacation. And yeah, let's see. I had one other thing for you there, and I temporarily put it in the wrong file folder, Kevin. But yeah, I think 20 watts a carrier, and then make sure your modulation is low enough so you don't trigger your ALC. Don't want to hit your audio too hard with that 570 there. I found out like on this rig here, you got to back the mic gain way down. And Roger on the D104 into the Drake there. That's a good radio in your Studio B. Oh man, that's just great. I'm in my bedroom too, and if I wanted to, I could string out this XLR cable out to my bed and lay in my bed and continue talking, use Vox or something. But actually, I could extend my PTT switch all the way over to my bed too. I run RCA cable to my PTT switch, so I could definitely string that out. I could string the PTT switch over to my bedside with my microphone, and as long as the antenna doesn't come down, my SWR stays flat, I could talk all night. Well, I will keep it short. I know there's a little bit of QSB in there. And Kevin, you might give a little leeway to the braking station maybe, and see if you can pick him up. And you're sounding good tonight, Kevin. So we'll take a standby for the breaker, and then here she comes, Kevin. So stand by. The braking station to take it. This is KD0WTE. If nothing heard, Kevin, pick it up. KD0WTE. Over. Nothing heard, Kevin. Go ahead.
Okay, Michael. I'm seeing a little bit of little something going on from either a little splash from up above or maybe down below or whatever, and it sounds like it may be coming off AM. I'm not sure. KD0WTE. This is KK4GZQ returning. And yeah, fine business on all the way around, Michael, on the setup there with the rig, the ICOM with the mast. Oh, that's pretty slick. I didn't know you were going to go and do all that, but it's a really nice way that you've got that set up. And myself and a lot of my friends that I've been radioing with for years, some amateur, some non-amateur, are all going to a hazer. We've all done different makes on hazers. We'll set the towers up on a hinge plate. Usually something that you can hinge up pretty easily, probably no more than 50 feet. It'll freestand by itself. And then we'll attach a hazer on the outside of it and just kind of crank it up and down either via, you can buy a little winch from Harbor Freight Tool Warehouse. They've got an ATV winch right now that works perfect. No problem at all. It's a DC winch. You can come out there and either put your vehicle, your truck or something out there underneath the tower and come off with your wires to the battery and crank that baby down, no problem at all, and then go right back up with it if you need be. And those are pretty neat too, to have something that you can get your antenna down to work on it, rotor, what have you, vertical, whatever you got up in the air. But I just helped a friend of mine make one here about 2 weeks ago. We got some ideas off of mine. He actually ended up making exclusively from Lowe's. And everything that he got for it, including the wheels and everything, all of it came from Lowe's supply store. And yeah, copy on 15 meters. You said a frequency. I'm not taking any notes. I missed the frequency you were talking about, but we'll get that all straight whenever we're on vacation. And yeah, you know, you would be surprised what you can do with when you get out on an island that's surrounded by salt water. I mean, it's unreal. I went to St. George last year. I think that was last June, I believe, or yeah, somewhere in there. We took a family outing to St. George Island, Florida, which is up by the Panhandle. And got the 570 out there and worked the whole eastern half of the United States. So it won 25 watts. It wasn't a problem. I'll be a little further away this time down in Tampa Bay, but I believe that it should be equally as good with all the water around me as is. So I'm looking forward to it, to experimenting around a little bit there and hang out with my brother and have a good time. We'll do some fishing, some camping, and just hopefully have a real good getaway break. So, Michael, back up to you. Let's see how propagation is still holding up here. KD0WTE, this is KK4GZQ. Back to you.
All right, Kevin, very good, and 100% copy. Had a couple of sidebanders in there a couple times taking you out. Kevin, if you don't mind, you want to bump your VFO down about, try for 1 kc. You're at 7292. 7292 is your center carrier frequency right now. And if you could, Kevin, give that a kc or two bump downward toward 7290 if you could. And if you do that, come back to me. I'll tell you where you're at. I go over to sideband and then I tune you in, and then I can tell what frequency you're on. So, Kevin, back to you. Just make a short one here, and I'll send it back to you to see where you're at. Go ahead.
Okay, KD0WTE from KK4GZQ, and I went ahead and zeroed your signal, Michael. I got up out of the bed here and got up in the chair and used the spot tune on the old Apache to zero beat your signal. How's that sounding right there, Mike? KD0WTE, KK4GZQ. Go ahead, Mike.
A world of difference, Kevin. KK4GZQ, KD0WTE. Yeah, you're just about 200 cycles low, so I would leave it exactly where you have it. That brought your signal up. It made your audio a little bit cleaner, and overall a good improvement. Kevin, go ahead. Uh-oh, did I lose you, Kevin?
No, absolutely not. KD0WTE from KK4GZQ. You faded out pretty, got really weak there for a minute, but and then you picked back up really strong. And I'm thinking quite possibly it might have been my my home TR relay. I believe possibly one of the legs on the relay was still not deactivated, and causing my receiver to maybe mute, so it may not have been your fault. But very good, Mike. Nice to be able to sit here and speak with you like this on the hobby that we both so much enjoy. And yeah, and I'm really looking forward to getting down there. We're going to be about 4 days on Fort DeSoto Island, there at the campground, and then we're going to go back up into, I'm not sure what the little community is, but right there in the Tampa area, we found my brother knows where a Knight's Inn is. It's just a little regular Knight's Inn, motor lodge, whatever you want to call it. Nothing too fancy, Michael, but it's about $55 a night, which we'll be splitting costs on that. That'll help us out too. You know, not having $100+ a night motel room down there, and we'll just kind of tool around and have us a good time with anything we do. So it's getting close here. It's just a couple of days away, and I'll be leaving on, like I said, real early Friday morning. That would be October 10th, and probably going to pull out of here about 5 a.m. So I expect to be in Florida by around 4. Should be in the state of Florida within, well, let's see, 12 hours. Should be there in Florida at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And should be able to get on down to Tampa by around, possibly by about 6:30, quarter to 7. But that'll be a long day of driving. It's about 14.5 hours from here. So anyway, back up to you, Mike. See if the signal is still holding up. KD0WTE, this is KK4GZQ.
All right, Kevin, KK4GZQ, KD0WTE here. Sounds like you're really excited to go on vacation there, Kevin. And we all know you deserve it down there, so you've been working your tail off. Well, fine business, yep. Well, maybe one of these times you'll think about a vacation up here by Minnesota, and that'll take you through Iowa, and we'll get to have an eyeball QSO or something there, Kevin. Now, wouldn't that be fun? Well, I know you're getting tired, Kevin, so I'm gonna keep it a little bit shorter here, but I just did a Google search on Fort DeSoto Park, and looks like a crazy good island. So looks like it'd be a lot of fun. And just take your suntan lotion along, and don't forget when you're stringing up a dipole, don't forget about those kites. You can use those kites to hold up your dipole. Remember, like I told you there, use those kites and string up your dipole on kites. About three or so of those. You got to have one big one to hold up your coax, and then two smaller ones for the ends of your dipole. But Yeah, I think that would definitely be the way to go, and it's not that hard to string out a 15-meter dipole on a kite. So you might have to give that a try, Kevin, and let me know how it works. You probably get a good salty wind off that off the beach there. So who knows? You might even set up a QRP rig off the front of your truck there, or what have you, and we'll do a little AM, and the frequency I told you on 15 meters was 21445. It's right below the threshold there, so it'd be about 5 kc below the upper portion of the band where almost nobody is. So I think that'd be a good spot to do AM. It's a little bit wider than sideband, so you don't want to really annoy anybody doing it in the center of the band. But I think up there at 21445, we should have the band to ourselves there, Kevin. So here it comes. We'll make this I don't know, a second to last or so, and call it quits for the evening. But hopefully the rig is sounding good. You might comment on my audio. Hopefully it's sounding good there, Kevin. And you're still running without any QSB. You're still running about 20 dB. A couple of times you had QSB down to an F7 where I was just barely copying your audio, but other than that, 100% copy, Kevin. So here it comes, KK4GZQ, KD0WTE.
KD0WTE, here's KK4GZQ on a final. And real good all the way around. 100% copy. I'm not even worrying about standing up here right in front of the rig now. I'm laying back on the bed, and I've got a room full of you down here, Michael. No problem at all. Nice to have you here visiting tonight. And yeah, I'm very excited about going, naturally. And you mentioned going to Florida, that is, and you mentioned maybe coming to Minnesota. And I was going to tell you that my brother and I have talked about going to a lake over in Canada that's right off of the northern Minnesota border with Ontario and Manitoba. If you can imagine where Ontario and Manitoba come together there, and then they run both right into Minnesota, about right in the northwest quadrant of the state there. There's a big lake up there called Lake of the Woods. And my brother and I talked about, for years, about going to Canada and doing some fishing and taking a vacation. We talked about if we ever did do it, that would probably be the place we would go. And I believe that would lead me right through Iowa. So if it ever transpires, Michael, you might actually see me come through there and put the handshake on you. And equally likewise, if you ever get to traveling down south or anywhere near Kentucky, you're always welcome, Michael. With roll out the red carpet for you, especially. So with that, I'll go ahead and say 73s. I'm worn out. It's time to hit the sack and enjoy a good night's rest. I'm going to get up with my mother and my stepfather, and I'm going to run over to the Nicholasville to the church in the morning. We go to a really good church here that I really thoroughly enjoy and look forward to going every Sunday I can. So, Michael, with that, thanks a lot. I appreciate you letting me get some of this old vintage equipment, another run around the block. It probably does it some good to be powered up here from time to time. Best 73s, Mike. You go ahead and put a tag on there, and I'll talk to you later. KD0WTE, this is KK4GZQ 73, and so long for now, Michael.
100% copy. KK4GZQ, KD0WTE returning. All right. Fine business, Kevin. Really appreciated it. Good talk tonight. no straining of the ears. That's a good thing. That's far better than what I can say for the previous conversations on 80 meters, with all the static crashes and QR Nancy and QR Mary and all that good stuff on 80. Well, I think we got it put down right here, Kevin. It's we got a nice QSO here, and I think we finally got it tagged. A copy on going to Nicholasville there for church in the morning, and yeah, we're a little ways out of town, and it's just easier for us. We watch our favorite preacher on TV, so that's the way we do it. No pain getting there on time and everything. We just record it and watch it in the morning, and we can watch it in our PJs if we like. So it's very convenient. Real good talking to you here, and I just looked up Lake of the Woods on Wikipedia. That also looks like a fun trip. So yeah, if you ever swing up this way, and you'd probably end up taking probably Highway 13 or 380 north, something like that. I'm not too far away, so definitely give you a handshake there and an eyeball QSO for a few minutes. All right, Kevin, I know you're getting tired there, so I'm going to sign clear before the call signs transpose themselves into something else. Really enjoyed the talk tonight, and looks to be my 30 watts of carrier isn't doing too bad. All right. Well, on your final there, you might mention my audio. Hopefully the audio sounds good. And with that, good night, Kevin. God bless you. Thanks for the nice chat tonight. KK4GZQ, KD0WTE 73.
Michael, KD0WTE, and sorry about that. You asked once before about your audio. And Michael, I forgot to even mention you're fine. You're on the ICOM rig is doing really well here on AM. You've got plenty of push, gain, the clarity that you would want here on AM. So I don't see any problem with it whatsoever. It sounds almost identical as talking with you on the phone as we do. With that, I'm clear. And you're making great AM there, and I'm so pleased that the vertical is working so well for you on 40, and that we're able to have a decent QSO here. I'm not well for 75. Maybe sometime you can be at some point in time. And it wouldn't take a whole lot to get you an antenna up for 75, but of course, I guess you've got certain restrictions that you have to go under living under your father's roof. So I understand that, and we'll do the best we can with what we're doing. KD0WTE, Best 73. My pleasure tonight to get to speak with you, Mike. God bless you and your family, and have a great night. So long for now, Michael. KD0WTE. This is KK4GZQ, and I am signed and clear on this one, Michael. Good night.
All right, Kevin. 73. Have a good night. God bless to you too, and thanks a lot for the chat. All right. Yep. Starting to transpose call signs here like yourself there, so we're going to sign and probably go take a listen on 7205. I always like talking to Jim, AA3JK out there, and a couple other guys down there on 7205. So I think I'm going to spin the VFO down. 73, Kevin, thanks for the chat. KK4GZQ, KD0WTE, clear, and QSY. Thanks a lot.